Hi, I'm Ann.
I'm Chris, and this is the vansion. Come on in.
You call it the vansion?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Van mansion. I can charge at 3,000 watts.
Alamo Danger Jones.
Connect it to your external monitor.
Here, our central vacuum system.
So this is a 2003 Mercedes Sprinter 2500 T1N with the million-mile engine in it, and we're at 250,000 miles right now, so on our way there. One of the many modifications we've made to this van and kind of the off-road nature of it is add a little external snorkel, not for going into deep water, but more for getting clean air intake, especially going down dirt roads. I was finding our stock air filter was getting very dirty very quick. Floodlights in the front, the LED light bar on top, the clearance lights up there. Got a two-person electric bike. It goes 35 miles per hour, and we can both ride on the back there. So when we're parked somewhere, we will hop on this if both of us want to go somewhere, or if just one of us wants to go somewhere. We have a off-road electric scooter. This is a wide wheel, and so it's got these like extra wide tires, and it's actually all-wheel drive, so there's a motor in both the front and the rear tires, and that thing goes fast too. That'll do 30 miles an hour. On the side of the van here, we've got a gigantic awning. This is actually not a RV or van specific one. It's actually a residential one that we just kind of bolted on there through the side. It was way cheaper to go that route too, but push button electric, goes in and out, and then we also added a misting system here. So there's 5 misters that go along the awning, and I can plug that into either our water tanks or plug it into a garden spigot somewhere, and that's come in clutch whenever we've been in Florida, Arizona, and it gets really hot out. We also have a built-in cat leash here. Now this is actually a retractable clothesline that you would have somewhere, so it's spring tension, but our cat loves to be outside, so this keeps him at least tethered within 40 feet of the van.
So this is Mo, Alamo Danger Jones, but Mo for short.
We adopted him when he was like pretty young, so the van is what he's known for most of his life, and he loves it. I mean, he goes outside every day. He'll be climbing trees, chasing squirrels, yep, well, whatever's around. On the side of the van here, we've got our electrical in and out. So we've got 12 volt out, 120 volt AC out, and then these two are power in. So this is our shore power connector right here. And then this is actually a electric vehicle charge port. So I can go to an EV charging station and plug it in and recharge our house batteries very quickly through that, which was kind of a custom wiring and setup that I had installed and I've been really happy with.
Okay, I shit you not, I've been wanting to do that. That's fucking cool.
It's great because you have shore power anywhere you go that you can quickly find on Google Maps by just searching for an EV charging station. Tap my phone to the charger, plug it in, and it's either free or pennies on the dollar. Really
I'm gonna want to
clutch.
See how the hell you did that. If you're cool with putting that on video? Cool.
All right, coming around to the back side here, off of this door here, we've got a cargo box that we added. Just keep extension cords, garden hoses. This act right here is actually on this flip-up hitch receiver is a inflatable boat. There's a 5-person inflatable canoe there with life jackets and all the accessories needed, as well as an electric trolling motor on the underside of it to go along with the lithium battery that's inside of it. It's an Intex Excursion 5 is the name of the inflatable boat, and it comes with paddles and everything, and then I added on the motor and you can get a motor mount for it, as well, a little plastic piece that ties into it. But yeah, otherwise in the back here, you can see we've got a window unit air conditioner here that we're able to run off-grid with our solar and all of our electrical systems and everything. We do have one panel that overhangs the back because of the deck that we have here, along with a backup generator that is sort of a work in progress. But we've got a nice 2-foot by 6-foot deck back here. And so that was already welded onto the frame whenever I got it and everything. And so I figured, okay, well, if this is already sticking out this far back here, might as well add one extra solar panel plus what's already up there, because it's not making it any longer than the van already is. And it provides a little bit of shade in the back whenever you do have the doors open. So,
how many extra watts is that panel?
that one's another 200 watts on that panel. We have 1,000 watts total with the roof. So
that is a lot of solar for a van.
yeah, it is. Tried to use pretty much every square inch up there that we could, minus the Starlink, the skylight, and the Max Air fan. Everything else up there is covered with solar.
So we're both freelance. I do freelance graphic design and he does web development.
Yep.
So we're able to work fully remote.
We started building out probably about 5 years ago or so, and it took 2.5, 3 years to build because we were just doing like nights and weekends.
Yep. In total, we've spent about like $50K.
Including the cost of the van and repairs and
yeah,
upgrades and stuff, so.
Welcome to our kitchen. So in the vansion, we really wanted to prioritize things that we enjoy doing, so having a large kitchen was really important to us. One of the key features here would be, I think, our large sink. That's kind of a rare thing to have in such a small area. It works out really well for us because we can be washing here and then switch over here and then be in our cook station area. Some of the appliances we have, starting with a 2-burner induction cooktop. This cutting board stays over and protects it from any sort of accidental knocks. We have then an additional pull-up that then extends our table, and we can use this here for a large cooktop space. Also, we have everything on baby locks. It's just a magnetic thing that you hover over one of the quarters where you have the lock mechanism, and you can actually turn these on and off. So if we're parked for a long time, we can turn off the lock and then be able to access these without having to turn them off. Use the magnet every time. He had the van before I even met him, but I heard about him through a mutual friend, and heard he had a van, and so I was like, I want to meet this guy. So I actually slid into his DMs and reached out and was like, hey, I heard you have a van. I'm just kind of curious what your build's like, what's your plan, where'd you find the rig, and I just had questions really. And so we went out to dinner and hit it off really well, and so we started building out the van together, and you made things official and gave me my own key to the van, which was really cute. So yeah.
Yeah, that was an early on kind of nail in the coffin, I guess. So.
All of our cabinets are actually from IKEA. We trimmed them down to be able to fit them a little better in here, otherwise they were going to be a little too wide for a walkway. As well as the countertops, it's also from IKEA. Down here we have a tip-down drawer to hold our toothbrushes and sponges for the sink. And then below the sink, we also have a mini dishwasher. It's a countertop model that you can use at an apartment, but we were able to fit it down here, and it's just like having a half drawer size of a normal dishwasher. Below, we also have some cleaning supplies, our paper towels, and behind there is the filtration system for our drinking water. And then over on this side, as I showed you before, we have a 2-burner induction cooktop, and below we have a microwave oven convection unit that drops down, and we can pull out here and do even slim fry, air fry in here as well, and that's up to about like a 14-inch size pizza. Also in our area here are Google Home and thermostat to be able to check and listen to the weather and such. And then our appliances. Like I said, we love to cook. So we have our Instapot, Vitamix blender, and KitchenAid mixer. We use these all the time and love having them. It does take up a bit of counter space, but we have not really noticed it interfere with our cooking habits. We also have below then our kitchen gadgets and silverware drawer. Below that snack drawer. And then below that, our pull-out fridge. This is a fridge freezer combo, so we're able to fit quite a bit of food in that space. And it just closes up. And when we're driving, we just have a lock here. We'll lock it up and it's ready for the road.
So we also have here our central vacuum system.
Turn it on and off. We also have a storage place here for a hose that you can plug into the system and then take it around to sweep the rest of the van. We also have a pocket mirror here. Slides out so you can...
I wasn't ready for that. I thought it was a door. I didn't think it was a mirror.
You want to do it again? Pulls out and you can check your outfit. That was a request by me.
Welcome to the back of the vansion. So this is the upstairs, as we like to refer to it, because there is one step to climb up. But coming towards the back, actually underneath the floor here, we've got lots of usable pantry space. This side flips up over here. This side also flips up over here. And then down below here, we've got big drawers for all our shoes. In this one, we keep all of our accessories and different outfit type stuff. Mostly a lot of Vans extra tidbits go in here. But then we've got kind of an L-shaped couch here and nice little lounge space to hang out, watch some TV, get some work done on your laptop. And then when it's time to go to bed, this cushion or this platform over here pulls out and we'll get a mattress topper out, all the sheets, pillows and everything. And then this gives you the exact dimensions of a full-size bed when it's all said and done. So on this side over here, we've got lots of usable wardrobe space in there. That pulls out lots of socks, underwear, that kind of stuff. On these two drawers, so kind of this side is my side, this side over here is Anne's. And then she's got kind of the extras for the shoes and accessories and whatnot. But then kind of in the center of all that, we have like our entertainment center. So we have a 32-inch LG TV, and then her laptop, her headphones, her phone charge, or her watch charger, all of that over here. On my side, my laptop, my headphones, my watch, my phone charger. There's a little gaming console down there in the center that hooks up to the TV. Above the TV, this actually flips up and then reveals there's a sound bar behind there, as well as our Wi-Fi router, TV antenna hookups, and kind of various electrical goodies hidden up there. Then this drawer down here, we've got actually a printer, some clothespins, random kind of things that we just needed some extra storage space for. And then this drawer right under here is a little special because it pulls out and then pulls out again and then lifts up and gives you a nice dining table, a nice place to grab your laptop, open it up, connect it to your external monitor, and have a nice workstation ready to go. And then whenever you need more space, easy peasy, just pop it down, push it back in, redock your laptop like that, and you're good to go.
Your laptop doesn't fly?
No, it'll stay in place there. It's got like some rubber feet there, and yeah, it stays in place whenever we're driving. So if you're done watching TV, you want to unplug from the devices that you've got, you can actually pull the TV out and it'll come out on a swivel. And behind the TV, you can slide this aside and we've got all sorts of games, board games, card games, hidden away back there that you'd have no idea that was hidden back there. And that's true on both sides of the TV. In the back here, we have, so since this is a cargo van, there's no rear windows past the cab area, so not even on the back doors or anything. So we wanted to be able to have a little bit of natural sunlight, so we added a skylight, which gives you all the benefits of having natural sunlight and none of the downsides, such as a lack of privacy whenever you are parked somewhere. This pops up, open, so if you needed a secondary escape, if there was a fire or something, you can go out the roof as an alternative if you couldn't access any of the doors. This is actually the hammock that our cat will sleep in at night. Anne crocheted this for him herself. He'll plop himself right into there and get cozy, and that's where he'll sleep at night. So on this side, we've got a flip up bit here that we keep all of our bedding in that we'll access to make the bed when you know, it gets later on at night. But then underneath all the bedding is actually where we have all of our plumbing equipment. So our water tank, our filters, our pump, the water heater, all of that, it lives on this side underneath there and is relatively easy to access if I ever need to do any maintenance. And then same thing over on this side. So if I pull this drawer out of its little slides here, all of the electrical guts live down here. So we've got our lithium battery bank over on this side, our fuse blocks, our charge controllers. So electrical on one side and plumbing on the other. Battery wise, we have 800 amp hours of 12 volt lithium batteries. It's actually a 24 volt system, so 400 amp hours, but the conversion 800 at 12 volts is.
So how many watt hours that would be?
10 kilowatt hours.
So moving into our bathroom, we have a light here that turns on and also connects to a fan to keep things dry in here. Some towel racks for our towels, and then this is the on-off as well as the switch for the lower, upper, and hand sprayer for the shower. So our shower then closes off with this door here and just connects that, and then you can shower. So we actually don't use this a whole lot. We have Planet Fitness memberships and we use those mostly, but it is nice to have whenever you need a quick rinse or are at a spot where you have full water hookups, and then we can shower. We have a 30-gallon water tank and a 5-gallon hot water heater that doesn't take very long to heat up, and we're able to shower very comfortably in here when we do need to. So this is a Nature Head composting toilet. We did a little bit of modification to make it work for us. Some of the things we changed were we actually added a bidet to the toilet. We also removed the urine collection jug and replaced it with our cat's litter box. The urine now exits the van through this pipe and goes to our gray tank. The regular composting mechanism is still here for number 2s, and we are able to use this a little bit more often and not have to worry about emptying the urine jug as often.
I'll show off a couple of features kind of in the cab area. We've got a lot of custom things going on. So we added a swivel seat on the passenger side. Actually, the driver's side has a swivel as well, but we don't use it all that often. But so really opens up the space, gives you a nice comfy place to hang out in the front area. And then especially with the flip-up countertop extension that we were showing off in the kitchen before, and the drop-down monitor extension, so you can be sitting right here with a laptop and 2 screens, nice and cozy, real easy, just like that. Actually below the seat, we've got our cat's food and water bowls, kind of custom built in. That way they're not sliding around while you're driving or anything. There's the exhaust port for the diesel heater that actually lives underneath the seat here. So keeps the van nice and toasty. We've been in below freezing temperatures plenty of times, and it'll be 70 degrees in here. Moving kind of towards the dash area, this van came, being a 2003, it came with a cassette player and an AM/FM radio. So we swapped that out and put a nice big Android touchscreen in place. So it's got your Google Maps and your Spotify. I can get the news, weather, YouTube, whatever, if you want to listen to a podcast or something while you're driving. This right here is the on-off switch for our custom charging system. While the alternator is running, we can pull up to 1500 watts, or about at 12 volts, it's I think 125 amps off of a upgraded 200 amp alternator that we have installed there. So while we're driving down the road, it's kind of just like running a small generator that's constantly recharging the batteries there. So we also have a couple of fans up here. If you want to move a little bit of air, helps to be able to do that. And right here we have the screen for our surveillance system. So you've got cameras on all 4 sides. there that you can see 360 degrees around the van. So whenever it's locked up at night and you've got the window shades drawn, you can still see if you hear sounds, you know, take a quick peek what's going on outside. Additionally, it's tied into the turn signals of the van itself. So whenever I'm on the highway, if I need to change lanes, I can flip on my turn signal and it'll change the camera view whenever I do that. So it makes checking your blind spot really easy. And that's also recording 24/7. So if there's an accident or, you know, someone tries to break in, it's all on video. Yeah, and then we've got one interior camera. This is mostly for our cat, just be able to check in on him and see how he's doing. It's connected to the Wi-Fi, so when we're away from the van, I can just open up and have a quick little view of the inside of the van. We've also got a set of lights in the front here. Added those, and then there's a curtain that comes across here. If you want more privacy, you can spread that out just like so. There's two of them, and then above we added this kind of bulk headliner shelf here. So we've got these various boxes that come down and that are cut at an angle to match the slant of the roof here, but so we can keep lots of extra things in there. Hair curling irons, there's a projector screen in there if you want to hook it up to the awning and watch a movie outside. Lots of little extra gadgets in all of this usable shelf space. So up here we kind of have the control panel area for all of the various systems. You got your light switch on dimmers, the on-off switch for the inverter. This is for the diesel heater, this is for the max air fan, this is for the awning, that's for the air conditioner. There's a little tablet here that I can use to monitor lots of different things. And then this actually is pretty cool. It's a kind of all-in-one system that will show you your gray and fresh tank water levels currently. It'll show you your battery voltages, how much current you're drawing, how much time remaining you have, all kind of in one little device. And then that's also connected to the Wi-Fi. So if you're not in the van and you want to monitor all those things, you just pull out your phone and you can get all the details on, you know, how much solar you're getting even when you're not in the van. So our EV charge port here, basically, I bought the part for the J1772 connector, which is what this piece that the actual charger will go into. And then it's adapted to basically give you 3-wire AC out, and it handles the communication with the charger to give you the okay, the thumbs up to initiate the charge sequence. And then from there, it goes into a industrial power supply that was formerly like a server power supply used in like telecommunications equipment. So that basically takes 120 or 240 volt AC in and spits out 48 volts DC. And that 48 volts DC then goes into a separate solar charge controller from the main array. And that solar charge controller just thinks, wow, it's really sunny out. And will then convert that 48 volts DC into the 24 volt fluctuating DC charge current that the batteries are looking to accept. When it's plugged into a 240 volt EV charger that you'll find at an actual charge station, I can charge at 3,000 watts. And it'll go empty to full real quick doing that. Realistically, like in 1, maybe 2 hours, and that's when whenever we're there plugged in, I'll usually be running the air conditioner just because why not, and maybe cooking a meal at the same time just because why not. So kind of the inside look at the electric vehicle charging infrastructure here. So we've got this thick gauge wire AC coming in from that port, kind of buried back over there, and then that 3-wire AC goes into this, which is a industrial power supply that was used in like server rack telecom equipment that's been modified basically to give you DC terminals out. So it'll take anywhere from 120 to 240 volt, and then it takes that whatever that AC is and gives you 48 volts back out, and then that will run down to, this is our regular solar charge controller. Underneath here we have a much larger solar charge controller here, and that's what's actually taking in the 3,000 watts EV charging there. So that'll go AC, then down to DC. This thinks it's really, really sunny out, and then puts it directly into our batteries.
And so I'm curious about that component right there.
Yes.
The industrial thing.
Yep.
What exactly is it called?
Yeah, so...
/ how can someone get one?
So that component there, what you'd look for is like, probably go on eBay is where I got mine. And you'd look for like, say, search terms like a 3,000 watt power supply. They're used for like induction heaters sometimes that people will build as power supplies for those that will get recycled into them. The key thing about that one was the price and performance of it versus you can find like new in-box on Amazon if you look for like a 1,500 watt 120 volt AC to whatever voltage DC you want. You can get one of those, but they're going to be more expensive and give you less output. So that's the beauty of those, is that they are actually like kind of refurbished telecoms server rack power supplies that have then just been, the output board on them used to have a bunch of tiny little pins that would slot into whatever computer they were powering, but they've whatever company is shipping them out is modifying them to just give you actual terminals for red and black that you can plug into and take your DC current directly from that. And that was only like 150 bucks. So for 150 bucks to get the DC power supply that can spit out 3,000 watts, which is what I was kind of sizing the system for, I found that to be the best way to do it. And it's super compact. There's a fan that will run in it whenever it's plugged in. It'll kick off a little bit of heat and a little bit of noise, but with this shelf in place, you don't really notice it too much anyways. And the trade-off for how fast you can charge has been really nice.
Cool. How often do you do that?
It really just depends. So like if we're traveling, we'll get a lot of power from the alternator. If it's sunny out, we'll get a lot of power from solar. But if we're just in one spot and it's been overcast or rainy for multiple days and I don't want to have to burn fossil fuels in a backup generator in order to recharge, we can head to a EV charge station and charge up that way. We've done it a handful of times, but it's pretty occasional.
Thanks for touring our van. You can follow us at The Rolling Jones on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube.
We'll see you on the road.
You guys are adorable.